This clip is brought to you by VegasWinners.com. Get expert sports betting advice from some of the best handicappers in the world. Head on over to VegasWinners.com and win yourself some money.
Well, Kurt, you returned to the former ECW arena for your first match inside a TNA ring. You're in the main event against Abyss. What do you remember of this and putting it together? Maybe talk a little bit about working with Abyss.
Abyss was very talented, one of the best big guys I've ever wrestled. I felt that he relied a little bit too much on the hardcore stuff, the weapons. He didn't need that, and I told him continuously, you don't need to do that because your wrestling is outstanding. And but he felt that people identified him with the hardcore stuff. So I understand why he did it, but he didn't have to. And I had to talk him out of a couple of hardcore spots in the match. But I do believe we used tax in that match, from what I remember.
And he's gone on to have a successful career now with the WWE in a producer role. So.
Yeah, and he's a great producer. Vince McMahon absolutely loves the guy.
That's interesting. No, that's excellent. So I got to ask, this is your first match in the six-sided ring. I know we've talked about this before. What do you think of working in the ring, and how different is it as a wrestler to not be in the old-fashioned squared circle?
Well, the match is a lot faster. You come off the ropes quicker. The ring's smaller. It's six sides. When you come off the ropes, you have one step before you connect with your opponent. In WWE, in their bigger ring, you have two steps. So you have to react quicker. It's a much faster paced match.
Well, Kurt, we move on. You face off against Abyss for your first match on TNA TV on the first 2-hour primetime episode of Impact. That's right. The show draws a 1.02 rating and 1.2 million viewers, which is a 20% increase on the average rating at the time. The show is taped ahead of time, though, not live. That's key. And there's a lot, as our buddy Conrad says, to unpack here. Is the rating a disappointment for you? Do you think it's the fact that it's taped ahead of time and there's spoilers that are out on the internet that hurts it? Where do you stand on that?
Well, the spoilers don't help. Having the show taped, I'd prefer it to be live. It's a lot better live. But the rating was great. It was an improvement, 20% improvement. As long as we were getting better, that's all I cared about. That's all that mattered to me. So having 1.2 million viewers and the previous week having like 900,000, that's a huge improvement. That's 20% increase. And you have to be happy about that.
Well, Kurt, as you mentioned, you would wrestle Abyss 14 minutes, 30 seconds. Meltzer gave it 3 3/4 stars. And as you said, thumbtacks were involved.
Yes.
And afterwards, Joe lays you out and bloodies you up while Sting and Abyss brawl. Was this something you think you and Joe needed to heat up the match for the pay-per-view, even though this is your first pay-per-view match against Joe's 17-month unbeaten streak?
We didn't need it, but you have to continue the storyline. You have to continue the program with something, whether it be another stare down, which we already did. So, that would have gotten old. I think that Joe getting heat on me at this particular time was the right thing to do.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.